Yes. Yes. This is crazy, man. If you and me, I was sitting in the mirror, right? I'm sitting in the mirror. Can you see this bagel in the mirror? Right? You can't see my bagel anymore. How can I get both bagels in the mirror? Here's my bagel here, and well, anyways, you know what I'm talking about. So where's the other half of the bagel? If I took the other half of the bagel and I broke it, and I put the two rounds of the bagel together, it would create the X, showing the round on this side and a round on this side. Because we have a singular over here, gear, okay, that if we turn the gear this way, or we turn the gear this way between night and day, connected to another bagel, I'm going to have to get another bagel. Now, I shouldn't be playing with my food, but this is from St. Viator in Montreal. Am I allowed to do that? St. Viator in Montreal. Anyways, I'm going to go inside the bag and pull out two bagels. Okay, maybe we need the seeds on these bagels to fall off. At least if they're falling off, our bagels are turning because it keeps hitting something and it keeps making the seeds fall off. So it rains or something comes down from the sky. I don't know. Comes from the center, comes from the side. Maybe so you don't ruin the bread. When it starts ruining the bread, all those seeds are off. Anyways, you put two worlds together, okay? You create the I and you create the H. I-H, okay? I-H. You want to talk about binary, okay? Binary 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus an X inside binary, where the plus or the X both contain the 5, the E world, okay? The E world clock that puts everything in sync. In sync. Just remember, what came out of the center was the dot. And that dot is either found where? That's right. Over the J or over the I. Small j and small I both get the dot. Right? It's a jack hook like this. Looks like he's ready to run. Hey, my bagel, let's go. Put 2 feet on him over here. Let's go. You only see one eye. But I got 4, 2 sides. Everybody knows that when you go for plywood or wood, they trim off the bottom panel, and I don't know what they do with that. They make something else from the bark. They take off all the bark and they make it sort of squared off, linear-like. So when I put it together like this, okay, here's what I got. So when it's cut in half and the yolk is put into the center, well, you do know they call it a bagelette. Yeah, my dad used to serve it to me. Bagelette. It's a bagel, a half a bagel. They cut them in half. You get the both sides of one half. You get the whole bagel. They open it up. They put a yolk in here and a yolk in that side. They don't have it open like this. Okay? Maybe it has to do with something else. The add-on world. Took, 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 took. That's all it moves. That's your movement. It's the C movement from here to here and here to here. That's why the Q stops over here. The other side of the Q stops over here. 6 or 9 over this eyebrow or over that eyebrow. So that's your bagel, right? So you put the egg in here. You put I think you cook the bagel first, right? And then you break the egg over the top of it, and then it cooks, and then you flip it over. And you put bacon inside of it, pre-cooked, of course, and then you put the bacon, and then the cheese. I think the Jews served that to me, my father. We ate bacon. We're a pig farmer. So this is my bagel. So now, the thing is about the E world, okay, is the question that the E world, I'm assuming, is right here where the I is. Okay, because there's many ways to look at the E world. Okay, the O is over here. That dot is on the I, but it's in the 5 position, because the 5 position is the center to everything. It's the middle. So the I, the dot of the I, okay, is where the 5 is. But we took that dot out and we capitalized it. It's because it now goes between here and here. We bridge them together. Here's the Q. You know, you can't, everything stops. Stops here and stops here. That stops here and it stops here. Stops here and it stops here. How do I know? Because that's the way my arm works. I put my elbows out or I put my elbows back down. If I put my elbows down like this, like you're jogging, your elbows will point that way. If you put them out, they'll point that way. That all means that is this rotation. With your feet, you're always doing this or back. So this way or that way is all the way around, and your feet show you you're walking east-west, north-south, excuse me. Your feet will always show you're walking north-south, because that's the mannerism of balance of your elbows. You keep them like this, right? You never really have them in the air, right? This is where it's stable with the shoulders, all the way around. And at the same time, when you point them down, the elbows are down and pointed to the back, showing two levels. Heel, toe to point, HTTP, heel to toe to point, heel to toe to point. Walking, look, walking with our feet. Yeah. So we talked about the bagel. Very good. I'm really enjoying the supper. I just want to talk about one other thing. What is perfect? Perfect is that what comes out of here now creates what was there. The dot on the I. What is perfect? Understanding perfect. And this is just a few things I wrote. Yes, the whale, the big mouth. Just an idea I had. Violent or violet. A slight mix of blue with red and white. Violent or violence. Violin. The strings and the bow that comes over it. And the other thing was number 42. Number 42 is communication. It's the river. It's the moving waters. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals 6 and 8 on each side of 7, right? And we all know that in pool, right, the only way to get on the other side is to become the 9, okay? Because the other side of 8 is 7 and the other side is 9. So you have to become the 9, 10, which explains to you there are 2 sides. The exclamation blue ball, you're in the blue world. Okay, then the 11, okay, creates the sun. Because it's 3 and 11, it creates the sun. 1 and 1 is 2. It's the BC world because it's the red ball. Now, if we would have mixed the red ball and the 3 ball with pool, with the 1 ball in pool, the yellow and the red, then obviously we get the brown ball, the yellow with the red. 1 and 3 altered current, we get the brown ball, and the brown ball we get is earth. Now, when we mix the 2 ball with the 11 ball, because 11, 1 and 1 is 2, we get the blue world with the red world, and now we have red and blue comes together. We had yellow and red, now we have red and blue. And all the time we're doing this, we're hitting it with the white ball. So we're getting baby blues and pinks and other kinds of colors in the numeric value. We'll begin to say 5 ball and 13 ball, which is M, and the 5 ball is E, and it creates AC, so it creates MACD. D for the demon devil, for the horns to plug in. MACD, and it also says DC. So we're in the 9 ball, and then the 10 ball, and the 11 ball is like the 2 ball. Instead of it being blue, it's now red. Okay, the 12 is like the 3 ball. Okay, so the 11 becomes the 2 ball, the 12 becomes the 3 ball. So it becomes connecting the 12, which is the purple ball, okay, which is made up of red, and is that correct? Purple, red, and blue, is that correct? And then when you have the 13 ball, it creates the 4 ball, and that again is the purple ball, okay? The 4 is purple, right? And the 12 is purple. So we hit the 12, we create the red. We hit the 13, okay, it creates the purple. We hit the 14 ball, okay, and the 14 ball is green. We actually connect the E world, and the E world where all the green plants grow. And we hit the 15 ball, we now hit the equivalent to the 6 ball, and the 6 ball is green. The 5 ball was, the 5 ball was orange, we created the sun, and then the 6 ball is green, the sun created, and the plants grew from the radiancy of the third world creation. Now, I wish I can just get this all written down in a book, and we have to go with a flow. You need a vibration, you know what I'm saying? You want to have that child vibration where the kid comes out and he's screaming and yelling like crazy, and all of a sudden he's crying. And it's a bipolar type of excitement because, oh my God, you should feel it inside of me. It is vibrant. And if you're going to drink a little alcohol, you might start to feel a little sad, or you'll think it's stupid. Alcohol versus weed, I'm sorry to say, alcohol versus most any drugs, you have to understand it's all part of a sector of vibration. And it all leans back to say, how well do we need to have our minds? How clear should our lungs be and our pumping station of our heart to the radiator of our mind that cools off the motherboard? Should I sit down too hard on her, I'll crack my butt end. The butt end means the plug-in, because you smoke the butt over here, your butt is down there. Your plug-in is the food for the energy, and it comes out, and you feed the computer in this fleshy robotic, my friend. There's no doubt about it that we are what perfection is, because we can keep on learning. The extent, sometimes you need the tortoise, sometimes you need the turtle, sometimes you need the Taurus. And once you get the Taurus, like winding up one of them cars, zoom, and then the car stops. Or and then it spins around and it stops. That's what we are. Pulsating, the heart beating, the exalting of the word. And when you know the word, it means so much more. The feeling, the more exaltations, more great feeling inside. And we need to connect to the primary source, which makes our vibrations need to be connected. We need to be, however we were disconnected, we have to get back there. And I know. I was at a friend's house, had a child over, and she said, smell the child, and I smelled the child, and the child smelled like sweet cookie. And I'm going, and they run around, and I never hear them say once, my heart. They just keep running around, and then they're sleeping, or, why, I want something to eat. The freedom. What is congesting our hearts inside? We know it congests our mind. What brings on the flow of anxiety? How the mind was taught. Raphael and the magic of words in the house of games people play. Coming to you from, as you can see, another brick in the wall. Right? I don't want to say that. Sorry not to steal it from Pink Floyd, but that's my another brick on the wall, so I'm not talking for nothing. Or off the wall art. I want to thank you for watching. Make sure you smell the coffee.